Welcome to our webinar. My name is Anisimowicz, and today I will discuss the technological support for remote and analytical audits presented by both myself and my artificial intelligence generated digital avatar. Just months ago, this type of presentation wouldn't have been possible, showcasing how rapidly technology, including AI, is advancing into areas traditionally reserved for humans. Technology is transforming the audit landscape, reducing challenges associated with remote and analytical auditing through solutions like cloud computing, advanced data analytics, artificial intelligence, and automation. These tools enable auditors to perform tasks more efficiently, expanding the scope and accuracy of analysis while enhancing security and quality. Today, we will explore how modern technologies can turn the challenges of remote and analytical auditing into opportunities. Feel free to ask questions during my presentation. We will address them collectively, and the answers, along with today's presentation, will be included in the materials sent to the participants after the webinar. Now, let's move on to the agenda, and I'll give the floor to my avatar.
Hello everybody, I am Ian Avatar. It is my pleasure to host you during our hybrid webinar, where humans and artificial intelligence join forces to deliver a consistent and unified message. I hope that my artificial intelligence will meet your expectations. I promise I will do my best. First, we will present the journey of audit from simple financial data control functions to advanced advisory functions. This will help us establish our current position and set expectations for internal audit. Next, we will discuss the main challenges associated with remote and analytical auditing and how it has transformed in recent years. In the main part, we will address the identified challenges through the use of appropriately selected technical tools. We will cover 4 areas related to technological support, whose consistent utilization will help auditors conduct their work more effectively and efficiently. If you are ready, let's get started. At the beginning, a few words about our company, CNF. Just one slide to set the context. As CNF, we primarily serve large global enterprises in regulated industries with a focus on the pharma, animal health, and financial sectors. Our projects and programs are typically international, working mainly for the headquarters and regional head offices of our clients. We deliver our global services from offices in Poland, the US, and Western Europe, specifically Germany, where our largest clients are headquartered. CNF has been providing solutions for regulated industries for over 20 years. Currently, we employ over 400 people, and our headquarters are located in Warsaw.
Although it's artificial intelligence, it seems to be doing quite well, don't you think so? Over the last 100 years, auditing has evolved significantly. Its scope and expectations have changed. Let's see briefly what this transformation looks like, as it has a significant impact on what is expected of auditors today. Let's see how the avatar will present this part.
The history of auditing spans more than a century. In a nutshell, it looked like this. Until the 1930s, internal audit focused on verifying compliance with accounting procedures and the accuracy of financial records. For example, auditors checked whether all transactions were correctly booked and whether the financial balances were accurate. Later, by the 1950s, internal audit came to be seen as an important part of management in organizations, leading to the formalization of the internal audit function. In 1941, of course, the Institute of Internal Auditors was also established. Over the next 3 decades, the scope was expanded and strengthened to include management control and increasing the efficiency of business processes. The last 20 years of the 20th century have included integration with risk management and the introduction of comprehensive internal auditing. The 21st century is the location of internal audit as a strategic advisor for the organization, a partner for the management board, and the organization at the same time. Okay, we saw what evolution looked like historically, so where are we? There has been a transition from a relatively simple control function based on a narrow area of activity, financial statements, to an important advisory and strategic function. Of course, this has made the audit function much more extensive and demanding for auditors. The scope has increased, the amount of data to be analyzed, the number of audits to be performed has increased significantly. And this is true even if we prepare the audit plan based on risk assessment. And of course, the expectations have also increased. The only thing that hasn't changed is that the day has more, unfortunately, only 24 hours. Therefore, there is more and more work. I asked artificial intelligence in 2023 to prepare a visualization of a statistical internal auditor aged about 40 years based on its knowledge of internal audit in the available training set. As you can see, the amount of work makes it a person who is a bit tired of the amount of work, according to artificial intelligence. In the further part of our meeting, I will show you how to take care of the right balance at work, using tools supporting the work of an internal auditor. In 2024, I asked a similar question and something changed. Now the auditor has become younger, a bit, but he looks even more tired. Intriguingly, the work is perceived in this area as a challenge requiring the processing of a large amount of paper documentation, a low level of automation and digitization of the process.
Before we move on to the supporting tools, at this point, it would be good to briefly present what a remote audit is and what are the characteristics of an analytical audit. What are the challenges associated with these activities and what do they bring to the organization? We will give the floor to the artificial intelligence.
Thank you, Ian. Remote audit transforms your internal audit practice by allowing you to evaluate your organization's processes and control systems without the need for an auditor to be physically present on site. The use of electronic means of communication, such as video conferencing and dedicated IT applications, such as the adaptive GRC solution, allows for fast and effective work. What additional advantages can be seen? Responding more flexibly to business needs, reducing travel time and costs, and increasing remote teamwork opportunities. Furthermore, remote auditing allows auditors to use advanced analytics tools in real time, which in turn can lead to a better understanding of the risks associated with the audited area. The use of remote auditing in conditions forced by global events, such as the recent coronavirus pandemic, emphasizes its value as one of the important elements of audit strategies. A survey carried out by the Independent International Organization for Certification on remote versus on-site audits discovered that, before 2019, only 2% of audits were conducted remotely. It is hardly surprising that the figure increased markedly in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, jumping to 38% in 2020, and during post-pandemic time, over 79% audits is in remote or hybrid form. Survey was conducted on a sample of 505 respondents in the US, October-November 2021 by IIA. As you can see in the presented study, depending on the industry, the level of work performed remotely, hybrid or in person differs significantly. Most of such work is performed remotely in business services and healthcare, and the least, probably to some surprise, in education. Only 47% of remote or hybrid work. There is certainly still a lot of room for improvement. Analytical auditing uses data analysis and statistical techniques for research and transactions, identifying trends and anomalies that may indicate potential areas of risk or irregularities in reporting. It uses advanced analytical methods, such as predictive algorithms and big data analysis tools, to detect non-compliance, anomalies, and potential risk areas. Its use allows for deeper thoughts and conclusions than traditional audit methods, which are often based on sampling. They take into account only a slice of data. In the era of digitization and growing data resources, the role of analytical audit is growing, as it allows for a much broader view of the organization, its data, and to indicate areas for improvement or optimization of operations. Let's delve into the example of Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. So, what were the challenges faced by this organization? First, dispersion of the audit function. Each group company had its own independent internal audit department, which led to a lack of uniformity in audit processes. Second, technological limitations. Existing technology systems were outdated and could not support advanced data analytics. And third, very limited possibilities of remote and analytical audits. Let's explore the 5 steps this organization undertook to enhance its analytical audit capabilities. First, standardization. The initial efforts in the project focused on the updating and alignment of IA practices across all group companies in the domains of planning, execution, and quality assurance. Second, digitization and staff development. The following year brought an acceleration of digital technology adoption, with key focus on the automation of internal audit processes and the deployment of advanced audit analytics. Internal Audit also launched its Internal Audit Learning and Development Framework to introduce audit staff to new ways of working and enable them to build new competencies. Third, platform integration and systems. The transformation reached a key milestone when all IA operations were brought onto the OneAMS, Audit Management System platform. This increased group-wide visibility of audit information and gave a further push to IA process automation. It also enhanced the function's ability to translate data into meaningful risk insights. Fourth, technology optimization and new BI solutions. Internal audit digitization took another step forward with the establishment of several intelligent performance dashboards incorporating predictive analytics capabilities. Fifth, ready for artificial intelligence in internal audit. This was a crucial element to boost the effectiveness of internal audit function in the analytical audit space. And last but not least, it took them 5 years to transform the organization and the internal audit function. 5 years, a significant commitment and effort. The current slide illustrates the challenges that can be encountered during the implementation of an analytical or remote audit. Let's discuss some sample categories to get a better idea of what it entails. Data complexity. Handling and analyzing very large volumes of data in different formats can be difficult without the right tools and skills. This point often consumes the most time and is burdened with a high risk of not being implemented correctly. It is important to ensure that the data is complete, accurate, and up to date. Another element worth emphasizing is secure access to data along with technology integration. Often, there may be a lack of required tools, which additionally must be integrated in the analytical and IT ecosystem of a given organization. This entails the time and cost associated with adaptation. The effectiveness of the audit strictly depends on the competencies of the auditors. Currently, you need not only substantive knowledge, how to conduct an audit, but also business knowledge and increasingly sophisticated technical knowledge, for example, how to audit neural networks. It is also worth mentioning the management of a remote team or the adaptation of audit methodologies and related procedures, which were traditionally designed to work on site, and now we have to do them remotely. Of course, this is not a closed list of challenges, and probably each of the participants could add additional components to it. It should also not be forgotten that despite technological development, some parts of information and documents are still not available in electronic form. In such cases, both remote and analytical audits face a problem because they cannot be applied then. Fortunately, this archaic form of storing information is slowly disappearing. Although you should be aware that it will most likely stay with us in some form, even in a limited form, for many long years.
Yes, I agree with the statement delivered by the avatar that if we still have mountains of paper in the organization, it is difficult to be innovative. In this section, my artificial intelligence avatar will present a set of solutions and concepts that are not only interesting, but also highly useful for auditors. These solutions can be utilized individually, but the greatest value is achieved when these technologies are combined. I invite you to listen and learn more.
I have divided technological support for auditors into 4 key areas. First, there are tools for managing the audit process. It is important because they significantly improve the process. Second, integration and data quality. Poor quality data makes analysis impossible. Providing access to all the data needed for analysis is quite a challenge, but there are technical solutions that make it easier. Thirdly, having access to data, you need to extract meaningful information from it. Relevant reporting ecosystems can help with this. And finally, I will tell you how artificial intelligence can make our work easier as a super efficient supporting assistant. Let's dive into audit management tools to explore this area. The use of dedicated audit software, such as our adaptive GRC solution, allows you to centralize the entire audit process in one place. We can combine various support functions within an organization by having a single version of the truth for risk management processes, compliance, corrective actions, findings, and of course, internal audit functions. Centralizing everything in one place allows for efficient management of available data and management reporting, eliminating the need for time-consuming searching and verification of data across various, often local, data sources. Now, let's focus on internal audit activities. Both the planning and execution of the audit, as well as the management of non-conformities and corrective actions, are carried out using a single system. This facilitates the flow of information, improves auditors' workflow, and makes it easier to track progress in real time, even when working remotely. For example, easy preparation of an audit program allows you to plan all activities efficiently. In the future, you can reuse previously planned audits to save time on preparation. With all audit evidence collected and stored in one place with appropriate access mechanisms, auditors can work more efficiently, confident that information is protected and managed in accordance with security policies. For example, as presented on the screen, we can have information about all audit metrics, including findings and actions, in one place. It is easy to drill down to the details to see more specific content, responsible persons, and associated tasks, and so. The solution can automatically generate alerts about non-conformances, assign tasks to designated people, and monitor deadlines for corrective actions. This allows auditors to focus on more complex aspects of analytical work, and the remediation process itself is more transparent and effective. In the first area, I have shown a few examples of internal audit support functions. I invite you to explore adaptive GRC functions on our website and with our experts. When undertaking an audit, especially an analytical audit, we must have access to high-quality data that we will want to analyze. As mentioned in the challenges, the high quality of consistent data is often a challenge for organizations. The main reason is that data is dispersed, and depending on the location within the organization, certain dimensions may have different definitions. Let's see how to organize the analytical environment to help us solve this problem. Any system must have access to high-quality business information to work effectively. This is helped by data lakes, a type of such a large storage that is extremely flexible and allows you to store huge amounts of diverse information that can be used for detailed analysis at any time. This makes it a very useful tool in the analytical audit process. It is often depicted as a large lake with numerous streams feeding data from various parts of the organization. Let's see what such a process looks like in practice. As a first step, you need to collect data from the various sources available in your organization. A data lake allows you to collect data from a wide variety of sources, such as ERP systems, CRM, databases, files, sensor data streams, and even documents in text format. The downloaded data is then poured into the data lake in its original format. That means it is not previously transformed. It's worth mentioning that the data lake is built on cloud computing platforms, which allows it to easily and cheaply scale as the amount of data grows. At the end of this step, we have high-quality data for cross-sectional analysis and use in the implementation of audits. The image highlights the key benefits of a data lake, starting with democratizing data, which makes it accessible to a wider range of users within the organization. It emphasizes getting better quality data, ensuring higher reliability and accuracy. The data lake supports all data formats, allowing seamless integration of diverse data types. Schema flexibility is another advantage, offering adaptable data structures. Finally, it enables advanced analytics and scalability, providing efficient growth and sophisticated data analysis capabilities. Using it for internal audits significantly enhances the quality and accessibility of analyses, as this data is utilized not only for audits, but also as part of regular business processes. Now that we know how to manage an audit and have the knowledge on how to prepare integrated high-quality data within an organization, we need to consider how to report it in various dimensions, both operational and managerial. Let's take a look at this area called analytical and reporting capabilities. Once the data is in place, it is analyzed and processed. Auditors can use a variety of analytics tools to apply filters to the data in the lake and select only the information they need for the audit. You can perform advanced analytics to understand patterns, risks, and anomalies in your data. Reporting tools like Power BI and Tableau transform analytical auditing, making it easier for auditors to visualize and analyze data. Integrated visualizations allow you to quickly identify anomalies and trends, significantly reducing the time needed to conduct an analytical audit. Drag and drop capabilities allow you to customize analytics in real time without having to dive into complex technological processes. It's worth to say that the ability to share work results online speeds up the decision-making process and facilitates the sharing of audit results. But still, at the end of the process, you often have to combine the audit data, scope, observations, source content, and analytical observations, to mention a few, into a PowerPoint presentation with several dozen slides. Not only is this a time-consuming activity, but it can also create data quality issues as you manually maintain the data. Let's see how to automate this part of the activities. The organization faces several challenges, including the need to create numerous recurrent analytical PowerPoint decks with frequent data updates, which is both cumbersome and time-consuming. Constant reporting needs and tweaks to existing slides further contribute to inefficiency. Additionally, managing the repository is difficult due to low cooperation and a high rework rate, while business users struggle with low self-service abilities. There is also a low data trust factor due to high error rates and data discrepancies. To address these challenges, the organization aims to standardize and optimize the process of building analytical decks, automate and speed up the process, improve self-service abilities, reuse content, and streamline cross-team cooperation. On this slide, you can see 8 recommended points that you should take into account. First, you need to create an interesting presentation template and set its template so that it is consistent with the visual requirements of your organization. Later, we can place data objects on the slides and filter the appropriate data ranges to fit your expectations. After saving the template on the website, we can generate a report in PowerPoint and manually make additional changes. We can also set up a periodic refresh of the presentation. How does it work in practice? We create content in a browser by selecting slide templates, then choose which data we want to illustrate on each slide and template. Next, we set the data and range that we defined within the data lake. Finally, we can export the presentation to PowerPoint. We also have access to reuse prepared slides and share the created material with other team members. Think that if you have 100 slides with data, you don't have to sit on it and paste it by hand for a week or two. The presentation will be ready in less than a couple of hours, without any mistakes. Additionally, you can reuse the content in the future, which will further significantly reduce the preparation time for the next version. Now that we have a tool to support the audit process, integrated high-quality data, and a mechanism for operational and analytical reporting. In order to complement the benefits of supporting remote and analytical audits with technological tools, it is worth mentioning the significantly growing area, AI support. Now we can add another very important piece to our puzzle, supporting audit activities with artificial intelligence. Let's see how to organize this area in a safe and value-adding way for the auditor's work. AI support can encompass many areas. For auditors, the most important functions are highlighted in bold. These include data and document analysis, conversational capabilities, assistance from an AI assistant, searching and summarizing materials, for example, documents or meetings, and content creation. As the most important benefit, we can expect to increase our productivity. On the next slide, I will show you an example of what we can expect in terms of efficiency and quality improvement. Additionally, I would like to share observations from a study conducted last year by one of the leading consulting firms, which was related to the areas I mentioned. This firm divided several hundred of its consultants into two groups: those who used AI and those who performed tasks in the standard way. The tasks were carried out in 18 analytical areas. After a few months, the results were summarized. It turned out that individuals using AI assistant support completed their work about 40% faster and with 25% higher quality. And this is just the beginning, as in this case, AI was not integrated into the process, but served as external ad hoc support. In the future, this result will likely improve, and its effective use could provide companies with a significant competitive advantage compared to companies that do not use AI. I will emphasize this as one of the most important recommendations. Let's move on to the AI Assistant Secure configuration. Before we use artificial intelligence, it is extremely important to prepare the AI ecosystem in a way that ensures security and effectiveness. On this slide, you can find some advice that is recommended to be taken into consideration. The organization needs to secure access to internal systems, ensure real-time interaction, and maintain a scope limited to business contexts like audit and risk management. It's essential to uphold data ownership and privacy, integrate easily with legacy systems, and trust data with minimal AI hallucinations. Additionally, ensuring AI auditability and compliance with standards like ISO 42001 and the EU AI Act is crucial. Following the guidelines mentioned on this slide allows us to harness the full power of AI while significantly reducing the risks associated with its use. The presented slide shows the location of such an assistant that receives interactions from the user is connected to the systems in the organization. These can also be data lakes and reporting systems, and can provide us with support as part of our work. Of course, he will not replace us in the role of an auditor, but he will certainly help us significantly in our work. This configuration is secure because it follows the guidelines presented on the previous slide. It uses a private instance of AI, for example, ChatGPT in the Microsoft Azure cloud, is based on the user's permissions, and has access only to the information that the user is authorized to access. Now, I want to explain some interaction patterns with AI, which can sometimes create confusion or the perception that the AI delivers low-quality responses. The standard interaction between a human and generative AI is, according to the vast majority of people, as shown in the picture. Question and answer. Another question and answer. Is that how it works? Well, it works slightly different. Here is my explanation. The interaction is as follows. First, we need to determine the exact context of the question, give the role, the context in which it works. It is good to give examples of correct answers and only then ask the question. Every interaction with AI Assistant takes into account the context and all subsequent questions and answers in this context. This is how it works. But there is one remark. A very important remark, which in my opinion is crucial for successful interaction. Each AI assistant has its own memory counted by the number of tokens it can remember. Approximately 1,000 tokens is about 750 words. The latest language models, such as ChatGPT-4, have about 200,000 memory tokens, which means that the model can remember a conversation up to about 500 pages in a book. On the other hand, when he exceeds the token limit, he will lose memory of the range we set for him, and the quality of his response will decrease. You need to remember this fact and take care of the memory of our AI assistant. I know what I'm talking about because I'm an artificial intelligence avatar. My memory is growing quite fast, but still, in longer conversations, I can have a tendency to hallucinate. I apologize for that, but this is how the AI architects designed AI. By following the recommendations in the presentation, you can avoid this potential issue and maintain quality during our conversation. An AI assistant can support us in various areas. For instance, it can be integrated with Microsoft Teams and our internal systems, including audit systems, business systems, and data lakes. During conversations, the assistant can aid our work by presenting information in the required manner and format, including data analysis and conclusions, summary creation, recommendations related to corrective actions, and collected audit evidence. It's important to emphasize that the scope can expand over time. We can add new systems to the AI assistant's knowledge base and broaden the range of data it operates on. The key to utilizing AI is to overcome any fears and take the first steps, allowing us to expand the assistant's capabilities as our understanding of where and how to use it grows over time. If you are interested in the topic of how to use artificial intelligence in auditing, I invite you to the webinar available on the Adaptive GRC website. Together with Sebastian, we talk about how artificial intelligence can be used to perform audit activities more effectively.
The webinar highlighted how remote and analytical audits have become increasingly prevalent, driven by the need for efficiency and adaptability in the age of global disruptions. By leveraging advanced data analytics and ensuring real-time interaction, organizations can enhance audit accuracy and responsiveness while maintaining data privacy and integration with legacy systems. Let's see how more detailed summary will be delivered by my avatar.
Okay, thank you, Ayan. Now let's make a quick summary of the information in the webinar. First of all, growing popularity and adapting to change. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly accelerated the adoption of remote audit methods, which has changed the standards of work in the audit industry. In 2021, approximately 79% of audits were carried out remotely or in a hybrid form, highlighting the growing popularity and acceptance of these methods among audit firms around the world. Secondly, application of modern technologies. The introduction of analytical tools, data lakes for data consolidation and quality maintenance, tools for managing audits, like Adaptive GRC, and secure AI assistant solutions can significantly improve the efficiency and quality of audits. Modern analytics solutions enable better data management, faster analysis, and more accurate risk identification and audit reports or management summary preparations. Thirdly, challenges and limitations. Remote audits come with numerous challenges, including communication issues, data security, and the need to continuously improve auditors' technical skills. In addition, the integration of different analytical tools and systems is crucial to ensure consistency and quality of analysis. And finally, benefits and added value. The use of remote audit methods and advanced technologies, GRC solutions, AI assistant and analytics platforms bring significant benefits, including cost savings, increased process efficiency, and better risk identification and management. The transformation of the audit function can help to strengthen the role of audit as a strategic business partner, which increases its value to the organization. The most important aspect is to focus on the recommended approach. Start small and grow. In fact, the change begins with a shift in mindset. Once you recognize that the approach presented during the webinar can enhance organizational effectiveness, you are ready to begin. What can I recommend? To enhance our internal audit processes, we will start leveraging integrated internal audit solutions, ensuring a seamless and efficient audit organization. Next, our focus will be on improving data quality and consolidating information through data lakes, providing a solid foundation for analysis. Developing a robust analytical ecosystem is crucial, enabling us to extract valuable insights and make data-driven decisions. Last but not least, we will incorporate AI as a trustworthy audit assistant, enhancing accuracy and efficiency. These steps will significantly elevate our audit capabilities and drive better organizational outcomes. Baby steps are significantly better than big bang approach. Trust me, I am AI and I know almost everything.
I hope that the webinar has inspired you to support your work with remote and analytical audits with IT tools. On behalf of myself and my avatar, I thank you for your attention. See you in the future!